So, as you guys may have noticed recently, my lighting still sucks. I have created, as I spoiled it, the Metropolitan, which is what I'm wearing at the moment. So I've had to borrow some parts from other watches, mainly the strap I had to borrow from a Jacob & Co. of mine, but I want to do a mock service of this watch. So for example, this watch comes in old, beat up bullshit. Let's get started with this. Oh, Lord have mercy on my soul. Hello, who is it? Not interesting right now, we're just starting. So here it is, what I have created. It's got a few issues we can sort out. So, quite fancy, must I say. This is a simple watch, but it has a very nice Swiss movement in it. It winds quite nicely, but today we are here purely to service this watch, right? So we've got issues with it. It's not automatically winding. So meaning that we have to take it fully apart and see why it's not winding properly. So first off, I'm swapping watches. Mainly for this is the Metropolitan. So this has a 100 meters water resistance level. So this can go swimming in the bath with you. This is a stainless steel case. This mineral crystal, for now, I'm hopefully going to change it to sapphire crystal so it's harder to scratch. We have our beautiful alligator leather strap that I borrowed off one of my Jacob & Co. time zones. We have this diamond clasp, which is very nice. So it's quite fancy. So now if you want to properly do it, we can take off the strap with this, which just helps clear up some space in the watch containment area, the watch parts area. So, as I said, we're going to get started with this service at the moment. So we just got to clean it down properly and service it right. Yeah, I'm excited to do this myself. So I put everything into this. I put my heart and soul into designing this watch. And today we're going to break it apart, right? So first off, what we're going to do is we are going to take the case back off, right? It's on there quite tight, yeah, as you can hear it, right? Just unscrew it to the point where, voila, it comes off. We can take our gasket out. Where's our tweezers? They are right here. We do not need this back case back opener. We will need to store these beautiful parts. Not handmade, but at some point it was handmade. Yeah, the rubber gasket, definitely not handmade. Now to undo this watch properly. So it does wind. It's not winding automatically. So what we do to fix that, where the fuck is my pig screwdriver? Just kidding, I don't know where it's at. Okay, got there, guys. Business card. Left it somewhere, my bad. Of course I put it in there, right? Sweet. Okay, back to this. And now we can take off the back parts of this. So the rotor, which I like to, which is just my choice, put on last and take off first of any watch service we do, right? But now, oh no, the movement's kind of out, but now We can take out the stem and crown, however which way you would like. Okay, this can go off in our dust cover. It's just off to the side here. My hairy ass arms. Out of your way. So, you can just unscrew these two dial screws. Sorry, movement case screws. Put you on mute for a sec. Sorry about that. Let's get back to servicing this. We won't need that. I totally forgot the dial cover. My bad. Triggering people is my thing. Now we're going to get the dial off. This purely helps me remember the steps. Here we go. Get that dial out off to the side there. Now we can get our hour hand and our dial washer off. Now we can start our disassembly. Grab the movement here, flip it over, get all that extra, that wind out. Okay, good. No wind in the watch. It's exactly what you want. Flip it over. Push these little guys back in. Good. Now we can start our disassembly. Not only are we going to need our first tweezer, we need to grab numero dosos as well. Number 2 tweezers. Dropping shit. It's not part of the lesson, but let's get started. Hey, we're just going to take off the date wheel stuff and set that all off to the side. This helps change the date automatically without manual changing it. Now we can take our Keyless Works cover, as I call it, off. So I've decided to group these dial stuff all together instead of putting them in 2 separate sections. It's just easier to remember the parts that way. So we're going to take our Keyless Works cover off, as I call it, our manual date changer, the minute cannon pinion. Take our date wheel off. Very careful with this mofo. Very simple. So everything here is Swiss, by the way. Beautiful. This is a ETA 2824 movement. And grab our automatic date wheel. So this does basically, when it hits its 24-hour mark, it'll quick set the date. It'll automatically click the date to the next day after the 24-hour redone. Now these are the Keyless Works. So these are what helps you set the time, change the time, and change the date, set the time, change the date, and wind it. It's quite nice. This watch has like 52 pieces in it. It's pretty neat. So you're going to see every single one of these. But yeah, this is your beating heart of your watch. The eventual watch line. This is currently a concept at the moment. So yeah, you're going to have to bear with me here. Damn it. But yeah, so all of this is basically a Swiss movement. The final product is going to run you around $300-400. Depends on what I decide to set it at. I'm still looking for a little bit of help here, but no one I know is interested. Get you off there, you fucking beautiful bastard. Good. Get our clutch wheel here. Whoops. Clutch and clutch wheel. Get this stuff off. Guess what? We're done with the dial stuff. Now, we can flop it on over and work on the back, which is my favorite part, as you know, because of these screws right here. Just because of those screws. You'll understand. beautiful blue screws. So if you remember, this is the part that wasn't clicking right. As I said, we have to take everything apart just to get it back to working. You can further disassemble this. Grab good old yellow here. Just unscrew it. Okay, good. So this has a bunch of wheels, or gears to you if you want to call it that. This is just to automatically wind the watch when the rotor goes around, comes around. And the rotor goes ring around the rosy, in other words. So that is that. So yeah, that has a lot of parts to it. Oh, ouch. A lot of parts to it already. Quite a few of them here. And we are just going to take off our crown wheel and click setup. Okay, and every time you see a crown wheel, usually reverse thread it. Your click spring. My bad, that's a click spring. Now we can take our ratchet wheel, which was already loose as shit for some reason. That's not good. Need to figure out why that is. Probably why it wasn't winding right. And now we're just going to take off the mainspring barrel bridge. This is all your backside stuff. Throw some music on here.
It cleans 5 times faster to actually break down grease on contact. So spray your dishes clean. Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray.
Take off our train wheel bridge. This gives us access to the mainspring barrel. I'm also going to take apart a manual line version of this watch right now after we disassemble this to show you the pure difference between the two and what you get with each model that comes out. Your mainspring barrel here. This is 6 on, by the way. Take off our balance wheel. This is your beating heart of the watch. Literally. It does a beat to it. So there's your balance there. Take off our pallet and pallet fork. Good, and then this gives us access to that escape wheel. It goes in with the train of wheels, and this is your corpse. Now, what the difference between these two is, this is a manual wind.
Today, I will be amazing.
So it manually winds. It doesn't have an automatic winding system to it. I'm going to take this apart after we reassemble the Metropolitan, as I've named it. Oh, goodness. So this is said to have 28 joules. We're going to count those. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should be a big ass one here in a second. 6. 6. As we build, we're going to explore. But yes, the hardest part is the on this one, the most difficult part for me is the what's the word I'm thinking of? The click setup. So we're just going to place these guys on. Can be a bit tricky sometimes. Tricksy, as Mr. Hancock would say. Thank you.
Also just launched an awesome new feature called The Awakening, as well as a badass new crazy brutal dungeon called Iron Twins Fortress. And if you're somehow good enough to take down the Iron Twins Fortress, you get an awesome payoff by being able to awaken the champions. Now lets you choose a powerful blessing that can completely transform how they perform in battle. It's literally never been a better time to play random. Why is that, Death Knight? Hands down, the best RPG game I've ever played.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Thank you.
Ashley's Labor Day sale is your last chance to save big on summer's top styles with 0% interest for 60 months. Shop Labor Day Hot Buys, all just $5.98 each, and featured buys starting at only $17 per month or $9.99.99. Only at Ashley.
Scariest thing about that ad is we just went fucking furniture shopping. Alright, so we are to place the streets. This is getting more difficult than I thought. This is very bad. Very, very bad. Good. Sometimes you will need to coax that escape wheel back to its place like that. Escape is in the name, so try not let it fuck. Try not to let it escape. Yep, we're just tightening down the train of wheels. So you can see how this is made. Now we can place that mainspring barrel. Beautiful. This is where that ugly fucking carts come in. But before we do that, I want to try a little something different today. Okay, I want to try putting the pallet fork on now.
Morning, guys. It's the big day. Where are you? Where are we? Where's the presentation?
I thought the meeting was at 10.
It is.
It seems like it may be a little easier. At this point to put it in. Frustration kicks in every now and then. You have to tack it from the right angle every now and then. The fucking escape wheel has to be in place. There's big tits and no cigar. I don't know why I made that up. Don't quote me on that, but I kind of like the way that sounded. Nice. Now that pallet and pallet fork steps out of the way. All you have to do is next you just place the mainspring barrel on. Now, since we have that hack lever on, we can place our mainspring barrel like so. Mainspring bridge, not barrel, my bad. Sometimes words can get a little muddled for me, especially when I'm hyper focused on something that I like watches. But yes, these are supposed to go into production eventually. A couple years from now. Shit. Oh, it stayed in. Look at that. Couple years till I got a few friends down. It'll fucking stay. Does run smooth. Except we're missing a cap jewel on this one. Good. Now we can place our last screw. Camera's not probably picking this up. I'm intending to get a better angle from any of this eventually. So here's where the intensity comes in. So we've got to place this click spring just perfectly. Just like this. And then place fishtail on. This is where the frustration in me shows up. Okay.
Time to get ready for the season during the Fall Hunting Classic at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Save on great gear, low price guarantee, and for a limited time, inflation buster pricing on select tracker off-roads, plus club members receive special financing only at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's.
Hope I don't get copyrighted for some of this shit. You'll hear an audible yay from me when it gets placed just perfectly. Because this is either my favorite part or my least favorite part. It's my least favorite part when that happens. Where the fuck did it go? Here. Where did it go? Here it is. Sweet. So I hit the click spring and the click spring fell out of place. Okay, now we can try to place that click in place. They like to stick together sometimes. Oh, fuck. Not again. Shit. Hold up. I did not mean to pick it up like that. it go? Where did it go? Not far, hopefully. The goal is not the floor, yeah? Just in case. Clean up the workspace while I'm at it.
It's 0.9% APR, 2023 2.7-liter turbo high output engines. Visit mygmcdealer.com today.
I'm gonna have to face you guys up just to make sure you're not there. Okay, so this clean. Click spring could have gone anywhere. Damn it. Come on, we can't finish the fucking watch if we do not have the space. We need the space, okay? I'm looking at all the spots where it might be, but I couldn't find that. I did not expect that to stick into the wood, but it did. Damn it. Okay, I need it. I don't know where it is.
Surface Vapor Dry Cloths fat tested hair and body away. Better than approved. Love it or use it back. Old Spice shampoo smells great and helps keep your hair thick and healthy looking.
Oh, whoops. Felt something get my hand. Okay. Now
Channels on YouTube. Sign up for Paramount Plus, Stars, NFL Sunday Ticket, and a whole lot more. Find your favorite movies or TV here on YouTube.
could be on the computer. Give me about a minute, couple minutes to search for this.
With new Cascade Platinum Plus, download this and get this. Dare to dish differently.
Found it. Okay, we found it. Yay. All the wheels rejoice. Give me a second. I'm just putting it back together again. I just need it a little closer to me. Okay, we got that set.
Time to set a cozy mood. Shea butter and warm sugar is where it's at. Or maybe you're more in a champagne spritz and roses type mood. Whatever the mood, set it with one of these Febreze Air Mist fragrances today.
Good. Good. Okay, let's continue the rest of this build. Good. Now we can place our ratchet wheel, which could use a little bit of a good little cleaning right here. And then the ratchet wheel just pops on in place. And the ratchet wheel screw is always longer and normal threaded, especially in this Swiss ETA watch. Remember how unbearably loose that was when we first opened it? That was a genuine me mistake. So I'm going to place the balance wheel on now. It goes right there.
Want a smarter way to mop? Introducing the new Swiffer Power Mop, an all-in-one cleaning tool with a 360-degree swivel head that goes places a regular mop just can't. Mop smarter with the new Swiffer Power Mop.
Don't worry about it. Good. Now we have all those vitals in place. We can apply the automatic winding works. Sorry about the quietness of this. So now we're going to place on the things called the reversing wheels. So these are what allow the watch to wind automatically with that rotor earlier. Oops. And these parts are actually really small. It may not look like that on TV or a phone or computer, camera, whatever you use to watch my shit, my stuff live. There we go. Just gotta secure the bridge in place. No, fucker.
With new Scope Squeeze mouthwash concentrate, you control the squeeze.
No, I
you
don't
control
have
the
YouTube
strength.
Premium. Okay, shut up. Grab our yellow one. There you go, extra secure. Good, and that's secured. And now, to make sure it's super duper secured, we place it on its posts. Okay. And remember those two awesome blue screws, we can place those in right now. Plan on having this on my wrist at 5:30. Flop it on its face now. Now we can get to the keyless works, but if you remember correctly, we've got this motherfucker to put on. Okay. Now we can place our cannon pinion on. Oops, there you go. Whoops. We can start with our date wheel stuff. Okay. And then we'll start with the keyless works. Yep. So like I said, this allows you to change time, date, and be able to wind it. Basically your drive select on your watch. Now this one costed about 500 something bucks. But a new movement for one of these costs $300-400, so selling these for a little bit more than that.
by Ava DuVernay and Ben & Jerry's.
We can test the watch now. Technical difficulties. I've got to go. It's fucking 5:20. So, bye bye.